Billionaire heiress freezes when she sees homeless man with a child wearing her dead fiancé's $100,000 watch. When she grabs his arm, the truth leaves her sobbing on her knees. Victoria Blackwood stared at the empty space in the watch collection. 5 years had passed since Thomas's death, but that void still haunted her. The Patek Philippe, worth $100,000, his engagement gift, was never found in the helicopter wreckage. At 35, she was the youngest CEO in Blackwood Properties history. The Wall Street Journal nicknamed her the Ice Queen, after she orchestrated hostile takeovers of 3 major competitors in a single month. The business world feared her. The society pages criticized her solitude. Her phone buzzed. Another acquisition target. Victoria closed the watch display case and walked to her office in the penthouse. The city lights of Boston flickered below as she dialed the number. Mrs. Henderson, Victoria's voice was sharp. Your company's value drops every day you delay. Sign the papers, or tomorrow I'll ensure your family loses everything. After hanging up, she opened her laptop. The auction site displayed a rare vintage watch. Without hesitation, she bid $2 million. Her therapist called this compulsive spending. Victoria called it surviving. The mirror in her bathroom caught her attention. For a split second, Thomas's reflection appeared behind her. Victoria spun around, heart racing. Empty, just like every other time. Miss Blackwood? Martha, her housekeeper, knocked on the door. The board meeting starts in 20 minutes. In the Blackwood Towers conference room, Victoria faced her board. Henderson Properties signs tomorrow. We acquire their assets at 30% market value. But their foundation helps thousands of children, someone protested. Business isn't charity, Victoria responded. The board members avoided her gaze. She'd learned that lesson when Thomas died. Sentiment was weakness. Back home, Victoria won the auction. Another watch to fill the void. As she reached for her wine glass, a headline caught her eye. Claire Thompson's death, 5 years of mystery. Her hand froze. Claire, her best friend, another ghost. The doorbell rang. A package arrived, an old envelope addressed to Thomas, postmarked days before his death. Inside, Victoria found a DNA test request form, never submitted, and a photo of Claire. Her hands trembled as her phone rang, displaying an unknown number. He tried to tell you about the girl, a distorted voice said. The line went dead. Victoria collapsed among her watch collection, memories flooding back. Thomas's last words, "There's something you need to know." The helicopter crashed the next day. Claire's mysterious death 3 months later. Martha found her unconscious on the floor. As Victoria came to, her housekeeper's face showed unusual concern. "Perhaps it's time you knew the truth," Martha whispered. But Victoria wasn't ready. Truth meant pain. Instead, she grabbed her keys. Another hostile takeover waited. Another company to destroy. Another day of being the Ice Queen. Thunder cracked outside. The storm that would change everything was approaching. In her garage, Victoria didn't notice the brake fluid leaking from her car or the shadow watching from behind the columns. The Ice Queen's throne was about to shatter, and with it, every lie she'd built her life upon. The storm hit Boston with unprecedented force. Victoria accelerated through the rain, adrenaline still pumping from destroying Henderson Properties. Their CEO had signed the papers in tears. Another victory for the Ice Queen. Her phone recorded the day's stock surge. Blackwood Properties up 40%. She shifted gears, turning onto a side street to avoid traffic. That's when her brakes failed. The car spun. Through the windshield, Victoria spotted 2 figures under a store awning, a man and a little girl. Her car headed straight for them. She yanked the emergency brake, metal screeching against wet pavement. The car stopped inches from the pair. The man pulled the girl closer, and Victoria saw it, the watch on his wrist. Thomas's Patek Philippe, with their wedding date engraved. She jumped out into the rain. That watch. The man turned to run, grabbing the girl's hand. But the child looked at Victoria, and time stopped. Those eyes, Thomas's eyes. "Vicky Bear," the girl said. Victoria staggered. Nobody knew that nickname. Only Thomas had called her that in private. The watch suddenly played a melody, the custom tune Thomas had programmed for their first dance. "That's impossible," Victoria whispered. The mechanism was unique. The man tried escaping with the girl. Victoria chased them through the storm. "Stop!" Her voice cracked. "That watch belongs to my dead fiancé!" They rounded a corner. The girl tripped, releasing papers from her backpack. Drawings scattered in the wind. Victoria caught one and froze. It showed the helicopter crash in detail, details only someone there could know. The man helped the girl up. Victoria noticed his worn medical ID bracelet. Not a homeless man. A doctor? "I'm James," he said, rain dripping from his face. "And yes, I was there when Thomas died." The girl tugged his sleeve. "Daddy's coming, I can feel it." Lightning flashed. In that instant, Victoria saw a scar on the girl's neck, identical to the one Claire had. "Her name is Lucy," James said. "She's 7, and she knows things she shouldn't." Lucy stepped toward Victoria. "The babies are okay. They just get scared when you cry." "Babies?" Victoria touched her stomach unconsciously. "Thomas says twins need extra love." Victoria's knees buckled. James caught her before she hit the ground. "He tried telling you that day," James said. "About Claire, about Lucy, about everything." More drawings fell from Lucy's backpack. The helicopter, the watch, a pregnant woman, Claire's face. "How?" Victoria's voice shook. "Lucy sees things, like her father did." James checked their surroundings nervously. "We need to go. They're watching." A black SUV turned the corner. Lucy screamed. "The bad man, he hurt Daddy." James grabbed both Lucy and Victoria, pulling them into a doorway. The SUV slowed, then sped past. "Hayes," James whispered. "Your CFO, he's been poisoning your water." Victoria's world spun. The headaches, the dizziness, the false pregnancy symptoms. "Trust no one." James said, scribbling an address. "Come here tomorrow, alone." They disappeared into the rain, leaving Victoria with Lucy's drawings and questions that shattered her reality. Back in her car, she examined the address. Her phone rang. "Martha." "Miss Blackwood, come home now. Someone broke in. They left a message. She knows too much." Thunder cracked again. In the rearview mirror, Victoria swore she saw Thomas sitting in the back seat, holding a newborn baby. The Ice Queen's empire was built on frozen tears. Now, as the truth thawed, an avalanche of secrets threatened to bury everything. Victoria's hands shook as she spread Lucy's drawings across her desk. The helicopter crash, Thomas's watch, Claire's face, details no child could know. Her phone displayed a text from an unknown number. "Check the third drawer." In Thomas's old office, she opened the drawer. A photo album she'd never seen fell into her lap. The first page showed Claire, visibly pregnant, standing next to Thomas at the Blackwood summer house. The date stamp, 6 months before his death. "Impossible," Victoria whispered. She'd spoken to Claire every day back then. "How?" Her phone rang. Dr. Sarah Bennett, her therapist. "Victoria, I need to tell you something about Thomas's last session." Thomas never saw a therapist. "He came to me 3 times discussing paternity rights. He wanted to know how to tell you about..." The call dropped. Victoria's screen displayed a text. "Stop digging." She rushed to the bathroom, nausea overwhelming her. The pregnancy test from that morning sat on the counter. Positive, but Hayes had been poisoning her water. What was real? Martha burst in. "Miss Blackwood, someone's in the security room." Victoria ran to check the cameras. All screens showed the same image, Claire's old hospital room the day she died. Her phone rang again. "Hayes, the board questions your stability, Victoria. Chasing homeless men, claiming Thomas's ghost? I'm concerned." "Stay away from me." She hung up. The elevator opened. Lucy stood there, alone. "How did you?" "Daddy sent me. They're coming for the evidence." Victoria's security system blared. "Intruder alert." "The brake lines weren't an accident," Lucy said. "Like Daddy's helicopter." Victoria grabbed the photos in Lucy's hand, running for the emergency stairs. Lucy stopped at Thomas's watch collection. "The real one has a secret," she said, pointing to the empty space. "Like Mommy's locket. Your mother's?" "Claire, in the photo with you and Thomas at the lake." Victoria's breath caught. That photo was never made public. They reached the garage. James waited in a car. "Hayes has the board signing emergency protocols," he said. "They'll declare you unfit by morning." "Why is this happening?" "Because you're pregnant with Thomas's babies. Hayes can't let them inherit." Lucy touched Victoria's stomach. "They have his gift. They can see." Victoria's phone chimed. Email from her private investigator. DNA results from Claire's autopsy. Match found. She opened the file. Her knees gave out. "Claire was your half-sister," James said. "Your father's secret daughter. That's why Thomas was investigating the company. He found the connection." Footsteps echoed in the garage. Lucy screamed, "He's here!" Hayes emerged from the shadows, holding Martha at gunpoint. "The Ice Queen loses her throne tonight," he smiled. Unless what?" "Sign the company over," Now, or Martha joins Thomas and Claire. Lucy grabbed Victoria's hand. A vision flashed between them. Thomas in his office, hiding something in the watch case the night he died. 10 seconds, Victoria. Martha's eyes darted to her pocket. A phone screen glowed. Video recording. 5 seconds. Lucy whispered, "Trust the babies, they know." Victoria felt a surge of strength, not fear, rage. "Time's up." Martha swung her elbow back, breaking free. Victoria lunged for the phone. Hayes fired. The bullet froze mid-air. Lucy stood with her hands raised, eyes glowing like Thomas's. "Mom," she said to Victoria, "run." The Ice Queen melted. In her place stood a mother protecting her family, and somewhere in Thomas's office a watch began to play their song. The truth wasn't just knocking, it was breaking down every door Victoria had locked her heart behind. Martha pulled Victoria and Lucy into the service elevator, leaving Hayes stunned by the floating bullet. She pressed a hidden button below the regular panel. "I've protected 3 generations of Blackwoods," Martha said. "Tonight, that ends." The elevator descended to an unknown sub-level. The doors opened to a hidden office. "Thomas built this," Martha explained, "after he discovered the truth about Claire." Filing cabinets lined the walls. Martha opened one, removing a USB drive. "First you need to know, I'm Claire's mother." Victoria steadied herself against the desk. "What? Your father had an affair 30 years ago. When Claire died, I stayed to protect you." Lucy touched a photo on the desk. "Grandma knew Daddy would send me here." Martha's phone beeped. Security footage showed Hayes calling reinforcements. "We have minutes," Martha said, inserting the USB into a laptop. "Thomas left this for you." Thomas's face filled the screen. "Vicky Bear, if you're watching this, I'm dead. Hayes killed Claire. They'll try to kill you too." Victoria's hand trembled over her stomach. "The babies," Thomas continued, "are babies. Hayes poisoned you to fake a pregnancy test, but you're really pregnant now. He'll use it to destroy you." Lucy grabbed Victoria's arm. "The tea." "Don't drink the tea." Martha rushed to the trash, retrieving Victoria's half-empty cup. "Hayes replaced your prenatal vitamins with poison." The video continued. Claire discovered Hayes was embezzling millions. She was going to expose him. The day she died, she told me she was my daughter. Victoria's world spun. "Your daughter?" "Hayes altered the DNA test," Martha explained. "Claire was Thomas's child from a previous relationship. That makes Lucy my stepdaughter," Victoria whispered. Footsteps echoed above. Lucy's eyes went wide. "They're coming." "The watch," Thomas's recording continued. "The real one has proof. Hayes switched it before the crash. James has." The video cut off. Gunshots upstairs. Martha pressed a hidden switch, revealing a tunnel. "This leads to the old subway station. James is waiting." "You knew James?" "He's not just a doctor. He's federal witness protection. Hayes tried killing him after the crash." More shots. Closer. Martha handed Victoria a letter. "Thomas wrote this the night he died, for Lucy's 18th birthday." "Come with us," Victoria pleaded. "I have to finish this." Martha loaded a gun. "Claire died protecting her child. Now I protect mine." Lucy hugged Martha. "See you at Christmas, Grandma." "What?" "The babies showed me. You survive." Martha's eyes filled with tears. "Go. Now." Victoria and Lucy entered the tunnel. Behind them, Martha sealed the entrance. Through the wall, they heard Hayes' voice. "Where are they?" "A mother knows when to keep secrets," Martha answered. A shot rang out. Then silence. Lucy squeezed Victoria's hand. "Grandma's strong, like Mommy was, like you are." They reached the subway platform. James waited in a maintenance cart. "Hayes isn't just your CFO," he said. "He's your father's illegitimate son, your half-brother." Victoria clutched Thomas's letter. "Why didn't anyone tell me?" "Because Hayes wanted the company. He killed Claire, Thomas, and your father. Now he wants your babies." The cart sped through darkness. Lucy suddenly stiffened. "The watch," she said. "It's calling." Victoria's phone lit up. Text from Martha. "Survived. Found evidence. Hayes' men taking me to hospital. The watch is in." The message cut off, but Lucy smiled. "Grandma's right. The watch will save us all." They emerged into dawn. The Ice Queen's world had melted, revealing a truth colder than any throne she'd built. "Where are we going?" Victoria asked. "To the one place Hayes fears," James answered. "The beginning." Behind them, Boston awakened, unaware that its most powerful family was about to reveal its darkest secrets. The babies moved inside Victoria. Like Lucy, they knew the storm wasn't ending, it was just beginning. James's maintenance cart stopped at the abandoned St. Mary's Hospital. His former workplace stood in ruins, condemned after a mysterious fire 5 years ago. "This is where they brought Thomas after the crash," James said, "where Hayes staged everything." They entered through the emergency bay. Lucy clutched Victoria's hand. "The babies are scared here," Lucy whispered. "Bad things happened." James led them to the old trauma room. "I was the attending physician. Hayes offered me millions to falsify Thomas's death certificate. But you refused." "I agreed, then recorded everything." James pulled out his phone. "This is why they tried to kill me." The video played. Thomas on the operating table, still conscious. "James, tell Victoria, Claire, my daughter, Hayes." Hayes entered the frame, injecting something into Thomas's IV. "Poison," James said. "Same kind he's using on you." Victoria doubled over, sudden pain shooting through her abdomen. "The babies." Lucy placed her hands on Victoria's stomach. Her eyes glowed. "Fighting the poison." James grabbed his medical bag. "We need to get it out of your system." A security alarm blared. "They're here," Lucy said. Hayes brought the board members. Footsteps echoed through the corridors. James pulled them into a supply closet. Through the door slats, they watched Hayes leading a group of executives. "Victoria's clearly unstable," Hayes announced. "Pregnant, chasing homeless men, claiming Thomas's ghost." "Where is she?" a board member asked. "Locked in psychiatric evaluation for her own safety." Victoria's phone vibrated. Martha's hospital room number. Lucy gasped. "Grandma found it. The watches." A gunshot cut her off. The bullet pierced the closet door. "Hello, sister." Hayes' voice dripped venom. "Ready to meet Thomas?" James burst out, tackling Hayes. "Run!" Victoria grabbed Lucy, racing through the hospital maze. Behind them, board members shouted in confusion. They reached the pediatric ward. Lucy stopped at a wall painting of angels. "Here," she touched the mural. "Daddy's secret place." The wall clicked, revealing a hidden room. Inside, a small safe. "Thomas treated terminal kids here," James appeared, bleeding from his shoulder. "Use this room for their special moments." Lucy touched the safe's keypad. Numbers glowed in her mind. "Claire's birthday," she said, entering the code. The safe opened. Inside, a phone, a letter, and a DNA test. "Hayes isn't your brother." James read the results. "He's Thomas's twin." Victoria's world tilted. "What?" "Thomas discovered it while investigating Claire. Hayes was stolen at birth, raised by your father to infiltrate the company." More footsteps approached. Lucy's eyes went wide. "He's coming, and he's not alone." The boardroom door burst open. Hayes entered with security guards. "Perfect timing," he smiled. "Victoria's mental breakdown reaches its peak. Attacking board members, trespassing, breaking and entering." The guards advanced. James stepped forward. "Show them, Lucy." Lucy raised her hands. The phone from the safe floated up, playing its video. Thomas appeared. "Hayes is my twin brother, working with Victoria's father to steal the company. He killed Claire when she discovered." A guard shot the phone. Lucy screamed. The hospital windows shattered. Victoria felt the babies move. Strength surged through her. "The truth dies here." Hayes aimed his gun. "No," Victoria stepped forward. "Your lies end now." Hayes fired. The bullet stopped midair, not from Lucy's power, but Victoria's. "Impossible," Hayes whispered. "The babies," Lucy smiled. "They protect their mom." James injected Victoria with an antidote. Hayes' poison is gone, but the real pregnancy remains. The board members stared in shock as Hayes' gun floated from his hand. "Thomas's gifts," James explained. "They run in the family." Victoria touched her stomach, feeling the twins' power flow through her. "You're under arrest." FBI agents swarmed in. "We have Martha's testimony." Hayes laughed maniacally. "You think this is over?" Lucy grabbed Victoria's hand. "Watch out." Hayes pressed a detonator. Explosions rocked the hospital. As the ceiling collapsed, Victoria's powers merged with Lucy's, creating a protective shield. The Ice Queen was gone. In her place stood a mother protecting her family, with powers even she didn't understand. The truth about the Blackwood legacy was finally emerging, and it was more powerful than anyone imagined. Debris rained down around Victoria's force field. Lucy's powers joined hers, strengthening their protection as the hospital crumbled. The vault. James pointed to a reinforced door. Thomas's private research lab. They ran inside as the building collapsed. Hayes' laugh echoed through the destruction. Victoria collapsed, blood dripping from her nose. "The babies. Their power is fighting the remaining poison." James checked her vitals. "We need the antidote from Hayes' lab." Lucy touched Victoria's stomach. Her eyes turned white. The twins are scared. Hayes did experiments here. Emergency lights flickered. James accessed a hidden computer terminal. Thomas documented everything. Hayes was testing psychic children, trying to steal their abilities. Security footage played. Hayes injecting pregnant women with serum, babies displaying supernatural powers, failed experiments. That's why he poisoned you, James explained. He wants to harvest the twins' abilities. Victoria's phone rang. Martha, from the hospital. I found Hayes's research. He killed our mother, trying to steal her gifts. The Blackwood women were all carriers. Lucy screamed, "He's in my head." Hayes's voice filled the vault. Such power in this bloodline. Claire was strongest until the twins. Now they're mine. Victoria grabbed Lucy. Fight him out. Can't. Lucy's eyes turned black. He's too strong. She convulsed. James administered a sedative. Hayes perfected mind control. He showed Thomas's files. He's been practicing for years. Victoria's contractions started. No, not now. The poison accelerates pregnancy. James checked the monitors. We have hours, maybe less. Lucy woke with a gasp. The watch. It blocks his control. What watch? Thomas created it. Physical anchor against Hayes's power. That's why he wants it destroyed. Martha sent a location, Blackwood Industries' secret lab. Hayes experimented there for years. James gathered supplies. The antidote must be. The vault door exploded. FBI agents entered, guns raised. Victoria Blackwood, you're under arrest for Thomas Sterling's murder. Hayes's people, Lucy whispered. Mind controlled. Victoria felt the twins' power surge. The agents' guns disassembled midair. Run! James threw smoke grenades. They escaped through maintenance tunnels. Above, Hayes broadcasted citywide. Blackwood Industries' CEO suffers psychotic break. Authorities pursue. Victoria's phone showed news headlines. Ice Queen's murderous past exposed. Pregnant CEO claims supernatural powers. Board votes. Hayes takes control. They emerged at Blackwood Tower's underground entrance. Lucy stopped. Wait, she touched the wall. Mom's memories. A vision flashed. Claire discovering Hayes's lab, confronting him, her fatal accident. Claire found the evidence, James said. That's why. I remember now, Lucy's eyes glowed. Mom transferred her powers to me before dying, to protect them from Hayes. Victoria's water broke. The babies are coming. Lucy touched Victoria's stomach. They're trying to save us. James checked his phone. Martha sent Hayes's lab access codes. Why help us? Victoria fought another contraction. Because, Lucy smiled, Grandma's psychic too. They entered through loading docks. The lab sprawled underground. Thomas built this, James explained, to understand our abilities. Hayes corrupted it. Rows of tanks contained glowing liquid. Test subjects floated inside, all pregnant women. Hayes's failed experiments, James checked records, trying to replicate Blackwood genes. Lucy led them to a sealed room. The watch is here, and the door opened. Inside, suspended in a tank, Claire's preserved body. She's alive, Lucy touched the glass. Barely. Hayes kept her to study her powers. Victoria's legs buckled. Another contraction. The antidote. James found a safe, and Thomas's real autopsy. Hayes's voice blared. Welcome home, sister. Ready to contribute to science? Gas filled the room. Lucy created an air bubble around them. Choose, Hayes announced. Surrender the twins, or Claire dies. Permanently. Victoria touched her stomach, then Claire's tank. The twins' power flowed through her. The Ice Queen was gone, but something stronger emerged. A mother's fury. Neither. Victoria's eyes glowed. You forgot, Hayes? These are Thomas's babies. The lab's power surged. Claire's tank crackled with energy. The final battle for the Blackwood legacy had begun. Energy surged through Claire's tank. Her eyes snapped open. Mom! Lucy pressed her hands against the glass. Get back! James pulled them away as the tank shattered. Claire collapsed into Victoria's arms. He's coming. Alarms blared. Hayes's voice echoed. Family reunion, how touching. Security doors slammed shut. Gas poured from vents. The babies, Victoria gasped. They're fighting. The poison's triggering labor. James checked her pulse. We need the antidote. Claire stood shakily. The watch, it contains Thomas's blood, pure Blackwood DNA. Lucy led them to a vault. Inside, Thomas's watch sat on a scanner. Hayes used it to study the genetic code, Claire explained, to replicate our powers. Victoria doubled over, contractions intensified. The building surrounded. James checked security feeds. Board members, police, FBI, all under Hayes's control. Claire touched Victoria's stomach. The twins, they're like Thomas, stronger than Hayes. Screens activated. News broadcasts showed Blackwood Tower, terrorist threat at corporate headquarters. Pregnant CEO takes hostages, SWAT team mobilizes. Hayes appeared on internal cameras. Enough games, the babies arrive in 1 hour, their power will be mine. Why? Victoria fought another contraction. Why us? The Blackwood women carry the strongest psychic bloodline in history, Claire said. Hayes needs it to control minds worldwide. James found research files. He's been planning this for decades, the company, Thomas's death, everything. Lucy screamed. He's here. The vault door exploded. Hayes entered, clapping. My life's work, complete. He aimed a syringe gun. Time to claim my inheritance. Claire stepped forward. You killed my father. Thomas was weak, like all men who fear power. Hayes fired the syringe. Claire deflected it telekinetically. 5 years in that tank, growing stronger. Impossible. Hayes backed away. The suppressants failed, Claire smiled. A mother's love can't be contained. Victoria collapsed, blood pooled beneath her. The babies, Lucy created a protective barrier. They're dying. James injected the antidote. It's not working, Hayes modified it. Of course, Hayes laughed. Insurance policy. Surrender now or she dies. Claire faced her half-brother. You forgot something. What? I died once protecting my child. Her eyes blazed. Never again. The lab erupted in psychic energy. Hayes slammed against walls as Claire attacked. The watch. Lucy grabbed it. Mom, it's calling. Claire touched the watch. A hidden compartment opened. Thomas's message. James read the micro SD card and the real antidote formula. Hayes broke free. Too late. He grabbed Victoria. The babies are mine. Lucy screamed as Hayes's mind control hit her. James fell unconscious. The best, Claire blasted Hayes back. Victoria, catch. She threw the watch. Victoria caught it, pressing the crown. Thomas's voice played. Vicky Bear, my love. My twin can't access our family's power. He's adopted. No Blackwood blood. That's why. No, Hayes lunged. The watch glowed. Victoria felt Thomas's energy flow through her. You're not my brother, she stood, power radiating. You're nothing. Hayes's mind control shattered. Outside, his puppets collapsed. Kill me then, he sneered. Prove you're a murderer. Victoria touched her stomach. The twins kicked. No, she said. You face justice. The world learns everything. FBI teams breached the lab, real ones this time. Hayes Sterling, they announced. You're under arrest for murder kidnapping. Hayes pressed a hidden switch. If I fall, Blackwood falls. Explosions rocked the building's foundation. Mom, Lucy reached for Claire as floors collapsed. Victoria felt the twins' power merge with hers. Time slowed. In that frozen moment, she saw her choice. Save her family or stop Hayes's escape. The Ice Queen would have chosen revenge. But Victoria Blackwood chose love. The building collapsed as her power created a protective sphere around her loved ones. Hayes disappeared in the chaos, but her family survived, and in the rubble of her old life, Victoria felt her water break. The twins were coming, and with them, a new legacy would begin. Victoria's contractions intensified in the back of James's van. Claire held her hand while Lucy monitored Hayes's movements psychically. He's heading to the airport, Lucy said. Private hangar. The babies can't wait, James checked Victoria's vitals. We need a hospital. No hospitals, Claire countered. Hayes controls them all. Victoria screamed as another contraction hit. The van's windows cracked from her power surge. The safe house, James turned onto a back road. My old clinic. News helicopters circled overhead. Breaking news alerts flooded their phones. Blackwood Tower destroyed. Terrorist CEO in labor. Hayes Sterling promises justice. The van stopped at an abandoned medical center. Inside, James's hidden facility waited. Hayes experimented on psychic children here, he explained, preparing the delivery room, until I stopped him. The first baby, Lucy touched Victoria's stomach. He's fighting. Claire accessed security cameras. Hayes diverted all police to the hospitals, expecting us. Victoria's power flared. Medical equipment flew across the room. Can't control it, she gasped. The twins. Let it flow, Claire guided her, like Thomas taught me. James checked the cervix. First baby's crowning. Push. Lucy suddenly stiffened. He found us. Explosions rocked the building. Hayes's voice boomed through speakers. Those babies are mine, my life's work. Victoria pushed. The first twin emerged. A boy, James announced. The baby's cry shattered every window. Claire created a protective barrier as Hayes's men breached the clinic. Sister, Hayes called. Last chance, surrender the twins. The second baby kicked inside Victoria. Power surged through the building. Lucy's eyes glowed. Uncle Hayes is lying. He's not here for the twins. What? Victoria fought another contraction. He's dying, Lucy revealed. He needs their power to survive. James confirmed on Hayes's medical records. Terminal cancer, his experiments failed. Hayes burst in, skull visible beneath translucent skin. My own powers are killing me, he raised a gun. Only pure Blackwood blood can save me. You're not family, Claire stepped forward. Leave. Then die together, Hayes fired. The bullet stopped midair, not from Claire, not from Lucy. The newborn boy floated in a sphere of energy, eyes glowing like Thomas's. Thomas Jr., Victoria whispered. Hayes grabbed the baby. My salvation, Lucy screamed. Power exploded from her hands. Hayes flew back. Claire caught the baby. Now Victoria. James yelled. Push. The second twin arrived as Hayes charged again. A girl? James announced. Both babies cried. Their combined power hit Hayes like a tsunami. No. His body began disintegrating. I am a Blackwood. You're nothing. Victoria stood, babies in her arms. These are Thomas's children, his real legacy. Hayes's flesh melted away. His last experiments backfired. Father, forgive, he dissolved into ash. FBI teams surrounded the clinic. Martha led them in. Hayes's network is exposed, she announced. It's over. Victoria looked at her twins, Thomas Jr. and Claire Grace, both with their father's eyes. The babies need names. Lucy touched her siblings gently. Thomas Jr. and Claire Grace, Victoria smiled, for their father and mother. Claire hugged her daughter. A new generation of Blackwoods. And this time, James added, raised with love. Victoria felt peace replace her Ice Queen armor. The headlines changed. Hayes's criminal empire exposed. Blackwood CEO cleared of all charges. Miracle twins save mother. Martha brought final evidence. Hayes's confession, Thomas's murder, everything. The Blackwood legacy was restored. But more importantly, a family was healed. Lucy took her siblings' hands. They glowed with shared power. Dad's happy, she smiled. He's watching. Victoria held her children close. The Ice Queen had died in that tower. A mother rose from those ashes, and her love would change the world. 1 month after Hayes's death, Victoria sat in the new Blackwood Tower's boardroom. The twins slept in a bassinet beside her desk while Lucy drew their auras. The board meeting's ready, Martha announced. They're voting on the company's future. News channels played on monitors. Blackwood Industries reveals Hayes's crimes. Psychic children rescued from secret labs. Thomas Sterling's murder, the truth. Show them, Victoria nodded to James. He presented Hayes's recovered files. Video footage played. Hayes stealing Thomas's twin at birth. Experiments on pregnant women. Thomas discovering the truth. The orchestrated helicopter crash. Hayes killed 17 people, James explained, all to access Blackwood abilities. The board watched in shock as decades of crimes unfolded. Victoria stood. Blackwood Industries enabled these atrocities. That ends today. She outlined the company's transformation, converting Hayes's labs into healing centers, supporting psychic children worldwide, funding genetic research for good. A vote for change, she announced. Or I sell everything. The twins stirred. Their shared power rippled through the room. The vote was unanimous. Later, in Thomas's restored office, Claire examined the watch. One last secret, she pressed hidden catches. A crystal chip emerged. Thomas's contingency. James loaded the data. He knew Hayes would strike. The video played. Thomas spoke. My love, if you're seeing this, Hayes is gone. Now you must know everything. He revealed. Hayes wasn't the only one hunting psychic bloodlines. Government black ops tracked Blackwood genetics, a network of powerful families like theirs. Thomas's plan to protect them all. The twins aren't just our children, his image continued. They're keys to awakening abilities worldwide. Lucy touched the screen. Dad knew I'd find you. The Sterling Blackwood line, Claire read Thomas's notes. Strongest psychic strain in centuries. Martha entered with urgent news. They found Hayes's body. It's changing. At the morgue, Hayes's remains crystallized. His experiments, James examined samples. They're still active. The corpse cracked. Energy pulsed within. He's not dead. Lucy backed away. He's evolving. Victoria felt the twins' fear through their connection. Hayes's body shattered. A cocoon remained. We need to destroy it, Claire charged energy. Wait, Lucy touched the shell. There's more. Her powers revealed Hayes's memories. A hidden psychic council. Plans to harvest Blackwood genes. A deeper conspiracy. Thomas discovered their network. James found files. That's why. The cocoon pulsed. A countdown appeared. He planned this, Victoria realized, even his death. They evacuated as the morgue exploded. Hayes's last trap, but something escaped in the chaos. Security footage showed a shadowy figure. Hayes uploaded his consciousness. James tracked energy signatures. He's hunting psychic children. Lucy screamed. A vision hit. They're coming. All of them, for the twins. Victoria held her babies close. Their power combined, showing the truth. Other families like theirs in hiding. A war for psychic dominance. Hayes leading dark forces. Thomas's secret resistance. Your father built a network, Martha revealed, protecting special bloodlines. Claire accessed Thomas's hidden files. Project Legacy, awakening dormant abilities worldwide. Hayes wanted to control evolution, James explained. Thomas wanted to free it. The twins cried in unison. Their power created a hologram. Thomas's final message played, "The real battle begins now." Hayes was just the start. Victoria faced her family. "Then we finish what Thomas started." Lucy smiled. "Dad says we're ready." The Ice Queen was truly gone. In her place stood a warrior mother, protecting not just her children, but a new generation of gifted ones. Hayes wanted an army. Victoria activated Thomas's protocols. "We'll build a family." Worldwide, others like them received Thomas's signal. The Blackwood legacy wasn't just about power anymore. It was about changing the world. Martha brought emergency reports. Psychic children awakening globally, Hayes's consciousness spreading, government agencies mobilizing, the council making moves. "They're all coming," Lucy warned, "for us." Victoria held her twins. Their shared power glowed. "Let them come," she said. "We're ready." The real war for the future was just beginning. And this time, the Blackwoods would fight together. Thomas's watch chimed midnight. Around the world, others like them answered. A new chapter was starting. And Victoria would write it with love, not ice. The twins slept peacefully, unaware they were the key to humanity's next evolution. But their mother was ready. The Ice Queen had melted, revealing something far stronger, a mother's love. And nothing in any universe could stand against that. The Blackwood Tower's alarm system activated at midnight. Lucy's scream echoed through the building. "They're here," she clutched her head. "Hayes? He's everywhere." Security feeds showed black vans surrounding the tower. Armed teams deployed. Government agents, James checked surveillance. CIA, FBI, NSA, all compromised. Victoria placed the twins in their protective chamber. Thomas's technology created an impenetrable shield. Claire accessed emergency protocols. Hayes's consciousness infected their neural networks. "Hello, sister." Hayes's voice emerged from every speaker. His digital face appeared on screens. "Miss me?" Martha rushed in. "They've breached Sub-Level 3, the Council's private army." Through security cameras, they watched Hayes possess soldiers. His consciousness jumped from body to body. "The twins' power is the key," his voice resonated. "Humanity's next stage." Victoria activated Thomas's final defense system. "You died, Hayes. I evolved, thanks to your DNA." His laugh echoed. "Now I can inhabit any mind." Lucy grabbed Victoria's arm. "The other children. He's targeting them all." Global reports flooded screens. Psychic children disappearing worldwide. Mass hysteria as Hayes possessed officials. Thomas's network under attack. The council emerging from shadows. James tracked energy signatures. Hayes's consciousness is spreading like a virus. "Submit now." Hayes appeared on every floor. "Or watch your world burn." The twins cried. Their power surged through the building. Claire created defensive barriers. "We need to reach the quantum mainframe." Thomas's failsafe, Martha understood. It can purge Hayes's code. Victoria felt her children's fear. "Lucy, stay with them." "No." Lucy's eyes glowed. "We fight together." They fought through possessed soldiers. Hayes jumped from body to body attacking. "You can't kill a god." His voice boomed. Claire cleared the path telekinetically. James administered neural blockers to freed agents. They reached the mainframe level. Hayes possessed the entire security team. "The council sends regards." He made all soldiers aim their weapons. "Now, Lucy." Victoria commanded. Lucy unleashed her power. The soldiers' neural implants overloaded. Hayes's digital form manifested. "I am evolution." "No," Victoria stepped forward. "You're a failed experiment." She connected to the twins' power. Claire and Lucy joined hands with her. "The Blackwood bloodline ends tonight." Hayes launched a psychic assault. Victoria felt Thomas's presence through the watch. His failsafe activated. The mainframe powered up. Hayes's code began fragmenting. You can't destroy me. He possessed more bodies. I'm in every system. Systems can be purged, James initiated Thomas's virus. Hayes screamed as his digital form destabilized. The Council will continue my work. No, Victoria channeled her family's combined power. This ends now. The quantum mainframe pulsed. Hayes's consciousness shattered, but his last laugh echoed. Check your DNA, sister. My final gift is already inside you. Victoria collapsed. James scanned her. He's right. James showed the results. You're pregnant. Hayes's experiments. 3 heartbeats. Lucy touched Victoria's stomach. More twins and something else. Claire examined the data. Hayes altered your genes. These babies will be more powerful than any before, Martha finished. Victoria felt the new life within her. Not Hayes's experiment, her children. The building shook as Council forces launched their final assault. Mom, Lucy smiled. Thomas says we're stronger together. Victoria stood, power flowing through 3 generations of Blackwood women. The Council's army breached the floor. Elite psychics attacked, but they faced something unprecedented. The unified Blackwood family. Victoria's Ice Queen past melted completely, replaced by burning maternal love. The twins' shield expanded, protecting them all. Claire and Lucy's power merged with Victoria's. For Thomas, Victoria commanded, for our future. The battle for humanity's evolution reached its peak, and at its center stood a mother, protecting not just her children, but all children. Hayes was gone, but the real war was just beginning. The Council would learn, never threaten a mother's children, especially when those children carried the power to reshape reality itself. Thomas's watch pulsed with one final message. I love you, Vicky Bear. Show them our legacy. Victoria's eyes glowed with newfound purpose. The future wasn't about power, it was about family, and she would protect hers at any cost. The final battle for humanity's soul began, but its outcome was already certain. Love would win. It always did. The Council's forces fell before the united Blackwood power. Victoria led the counterattack, her growing pregnancy amplifying their abilities. The Council is retreating. James monitored global communications. Their psychic network is collapsing. News alerts flooded screens worldwide. Mass awakening. Psychic children show powers. Government mind control program exposed. Blackwood Industries leads evolution revolution. Lucy connected with the twins. The other babies are stronger. They're healing you. Victoria touched her stomach. The new pregnancy accelerated unnaturally. Hayes's last experiment, Claire examined medical data. He merged Thomas's preserved DNA with yours. 3 months development in 3 days, James showed scans. But they're stable, perfect. Martha brought intelligence reports. Council members committing suicide worldwide. Hidden psychic children emerging from hiding. Thomas's global network activating. Government agencies standing down. The quantum mainframe processed Hayes's fragmented code. His consciousness left a map. James decoded data. Every council facility, every experiment. Victoria accessed Thomas's final protocols. Then we free them all. Teams deployed globally. Claire leading rescue operations. James reprogramming security systems. Lucy guiding imprisoned children. Martha coordinating logistics. The twins grew stronger each day. Their power linked all psychic children worldwide. It's a network, Lucy explained. Like Dad planned, but organic, natural. Victoria's new pregnancy progressed rapidly. Her body adapted, enhanced by Thomas's genes. The Council tried forcing evolution, Claire said, but it was happening naturally all along. Government leaders requested meetings. The world wanted answers. Victoria addressed them from Blackwood Tower. The time for secrets is over. We are humanity's next step. Not through control, but through love. The twins demonstrated their abilities. Markets surged as Blackwood Industries unveiled new technologies. Neural enhancement programs, genetic therapy treatments, psychic development centers, educational integration systems. Thomas's real legacy, Martha revealed centuries of research. The Blackwood family protected gifted children throughout history. Lucy discovered more in Hayes's memories. Ancient psychic bloodlines, hidden evolutionary patterns, humanity's true potential. Thomas's grand design. Victoria's new pregnancy reached full term in 1 week. The world watched. They're coming, Lucy sensed. Tonight. The delivery room prepared. James monitored vital signs. Hayes's experiments altered everything, he explained. These babies are unprecedented. Claire created protective fields. The Council's remnants will try one last attack. They did. Elite psychic assassins breached the tower. But they faced the twins' power, amplified by their unborn siblings. The attack failed. The council's last forces surrendered. Victoria went into labor as dawn broke. The world held its breath. The first baby arrived, a girl with Thomas's eyes and Hayes's genetic enhancements. The second, a boy carrying both brothers' combined abilities. The third surprised everyone. Twins fused in the womb, sharing one perfect consciousness. Hayes failed to understand. James examined the babies. Natural evolution is smarter than any experiment. Lucy connected with her new siblings. They're not weapons. They're bridges. The newborn's power reached worldwide. Every psychic child felt their presence. Victoria held her expanded family. The Ice Queen's transformation was complete. Thomas's watch displayed his final message. The future isn't about control. It's about connection. Love is evolution's greatest force. Blackwood Tower transformed. A school for gifted children, a research center for natural evolution, a sanctuary for special families, a beacon of hope. The world changed too. Psychic abilities became public. Integration programs launched. New laws protected enhanced humans. Global cooperation replaced fear. Victoria addressed the United Nations. We stand at a threshold, not of power but of understanding. Every child is gifted. Every gift is precious. Lucy smiled as she watched her mother speak. Dad's proud. His plan worked. The twins played with their new siblings. Their combined power created aurora lights visible worldwide. A new age began, not through Hayes's forced evolution or the council's control, but through a mother's love, a father's wisdom, and children's natural gifts. The Ice Queen had melted completely, revealing what Hayes never understood. True power comes from love. Evolution follows the heart. And the Blackwood legacy would guide humanity's next great leap forward, not through force, but through family. 1 year later, Victoria stood atop the new Blackwood Institute. The city sparkled with psychic energy signatures, gifts no longer hidden. "Mom," Lucy called. "They're ready for the ceremony." The grand hall filled with gifted families worldwide. On stage, the twins, Thomas Jr. and Claire Grace, played with their younger siblings. Hope, Thomas III, and the unified twins they called Unity. News headlines scrolled. First anniversary of global awakening. Blackwood Institute graduates' inaugural class, Evolution's new chapter, Humanity Transformed. James approached with final security reports. The last council facility dismantled. Hayes's code completely purged. Psychic integration at 100% acceptance. New abilities emerging daily. Victoria touched her stomach. Another surprise pregnancy, natural this time. Triplets. Lucy grinned. Regular ones. Dad says 3 is your lucky number. The ceremony began. Martha introduced the first graduating class of gifted children. Claire, now the Institute's head researcher, presented their findings. Natural psychic abilities appearing worldwide. Spontaneous genetic evolution accelerating. New cognitive capabilities emerging. Humanity's potential expanding exponentially. The children demonstrated their gifts. Not for power or control, but for creation and healing. Thomas's watch, now a family heirloom, chimed. Its final message played for all. To my beloved family, our gifts were never meant to divide humanity. They're meant to unite us. Love is the ultimate evolution. Victoria addressed the world. 1 year ago, we faced a choice between control and freedom, fear and love. Today, we choose again. She revealed the Institute's next phase. Global education centers, free genetic therapy, integration programs, family support systems. Every child is gifted, she continued. Every person has potential. Evolution isn't about power, it's about connection. Lucy stepped forward, now a powerful psychic teacher. She linked everyone's minds, sharing the vision. The twins amplified her power. The younger children added their energy. Worldwide, people felt the connection, not invasion, but invitation. In that moment, humanity glimpsed its future. Universal understanding, natural evolution, peaceful integration, limitless potential. James took Victoria's hand. Their wedding rings glowed with psychic energy. Hayes never understood, he said. Love doesn't make us weak, it makes us infinite. The unified twins, Unity, created a temporal window. Through it, Thomas appeared. I knew you'd succeed, his image smiled. The Ice Queen had to melt for humanity to grow. Victoria touched the projection. You planned everything. I planned the beginning, Thomas corrected. You created something far better. The vision faded, but its impact remained. Martha brought the final statistics. Psychic abilities in 30% of newborns, crime rates down 70%, global cooperation at historic highs, environmental healing accelerating. The Blackwood family gathered, all generations, all gifts united. Claire hugged her daughter Lucy. James held Victoria. The children played, their powers creating beautiful light displays. The council feared evolution, Claire said. Hayes tried controlling it, but nature knew better. Victoria felt her triplets move, regular human babies, perfect in their normalcy. That's the real gift, Lucy sensed her thoughts, understanding that every child is special. The ceremony ended, but humanity's new chapter was just beginning. The Institute's doors stayed open, all were welcome. Thomas's watch kept time for a new age, not of ice queens and power struggles, but of mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, all gifted in their own ways. Victoria looked at her family, biological and chosen, powered and regular. The Ice Queen was gone. That story had ended. A new one lived. Of a mother who learned that love was the greatest power. Of a family that proved evolution follows the heart. Of children who showed that every gift, every life, every connection matters. Ready? James asked. Victoria smiled. For anything. Together they stepped into humanity's next great adventure, not as rulers or controllers, but as guides, teachers, and most importantly, family. The true Blackwood legacy wasn't power, it was love. And that was the greatest evolution of all. If Victoria's journey from Ice Queen to loving mother touched your heart, hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. What would you do with psychic abilities? Would you choose power like Hayes or love like the Blackwoods? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more emotional stories that prove love can melt even the coldest hearts. Remember, true power isn't measured by what we control, but by how much we dare to love.